Welcome back, friends, to our read aloud of Mercy Watson to the Rescue. We are on chapter 10 today. We just left off yesterday where the fire department came and rescued Mr. and Mrs. Watson. So, chapter 10. Ned and Lorenzo and Mr. and Mrs. Watson all went outside. Eugenia was sitting on the ground. Her arms were wrapped around Mercy's neck. Her cheek was resting on Mercy's back. Eugenia was breathing very loudly. "This pig," she said, "was on my property." "We'd prefer that you did not call her a pig," said Mrs. Watson. "We would prefer that you call her a porcine wonder," said Mr. Watson. "After all, she did save us. She's a hero." "She's a pig," said Eugenia. She started to cry. "There, there, sister," said Baby. She bent over and patted Eugenia on the back. Mercy yawned. She was very tired. "I guess that's it," said Ned. "Yep," said Lorenzo. "Our work here is done." "Wait," said Mrs. Watson. "It's almost time for breakfast." "Wink?" asked Mercy. "That's right, breakfast," said Mrs. Watson. She kissed the top of Miss Mercy's head. She looked up at the firemen. "Do you boys like toast?" Oh boy, Mercy's wanted toast this whole book. I bet she's excited. Chapter 11. In the Watsons' house around the Watsons' kitchen table sat Eugenia, Lincoln, and baby Lincoln, and Mr. Watson, and Mrs. Watson, and Ned, and Lorenzo, and Mercy, of course. She was at the head of the table in the seat of honor, and in front of her, on her favorite blue plate, was a very tall stack of hot buttered toast. "A toast to Mercy," said Mr. Watson, holding up his glass of orange juice. "A toast to our darling, our dear," said Mrs. Watson. "A toast to Mercy." And there's that stack of toast. I bet Mercy could eat the whole thing. And there they all are. "In my opinion," said Eugenia, "pigs should not be toasted. In my opinion, pigs do not belong at the kitchen table." "To our hero," said Mr. Watson. "Where would we be without Mercy?" "Yes," said Mrs. Watson. "Who would have saved us?" "I can't imagine," said Ned. "Me neither," said Lorenzo. They all clinked glasses. Mercy had another piece of toast. Chapter 12. Outside the Watsons' house, the sun was rising. First the sun was red, and then it was orange. It rose higher and higher. Inside the Watsons' house, Mercy was lying on the couch. She was getting ready to take a nap. She did have quite the night. "Bright, bright is the morning sun," sang Mr. and Mrs. Watson together. "But brighter still is our porcine wonder." Mercy smiled. She closed her eyes. She was asleep before Mr. and Mrs. Watson even finished the song. And that's the end of the book. So this was number 1 in the series. So if you liked Mercy Watson, you can check out the rest of her books. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.